Hey, how's it going? This is Jason with WakeMAKERS. Today we are taking a look at the brand new 3F from Lift. We've been a Lift partner from the beginning, and if you've had a chance to ride an eFoil, it's a game changer. You'll know what I'm talking about, but one of the complaints that people have had is that they're expensive. So really excited to take a look at the new 3F, which is Lift's second foray into their eFoil lineup that brings the price point down a little bit and makes the barrier to entry a little lower so that more people can get on the water and experience what this board's all about. Today we're going to take it apart, unbox it, put it together, show you what it looks like, what's included, and just do a general overview. So let's take a look. So with all Lift's boards, basically what you've got is two different packages that you're gonna get for the board. So the first box, the bigger one, obviously is gonna have the board in it, and it's gonna have your front wing and your rear wing with the two-piece fuselage. And then the second box, which we'll take a look at in a second, is gonna be propulsion unit, the mast assembly, charger, all that stuff. And then the battery is gonna come separately. It is manufactured by a partner of Lift, Lithios, which is founded by a couple of former Tesla engineers. So whether you get the standard range battery or the lightweight battery, that's gonna come directly from Lithios, just as easier from a fulfillment perspective. So yeah, you get kind of the two shipments from us, and then separately you'll get the battery from Lithios. So yeah, we've got the board here. Let's take it apart. So first thing you'll notice is Lift includes awesome bag for the board and for your foil, for your wings to protect them, keep them safe in transit. Nice thing about this bag is if you've got it broken down, it works, but it also works if you've got it assembled. So your mast can come out right through here, through the slot. So it makes it super easy to just slide the board in there when you're done riding and protect it, make sure it doesn't get dinged up or damaged at all. So pulled open. So this is the 5'4" board. The 3F is offered in two different sizes. So with the 3F, the idea was how do we get the price point down? And they really did that a couple of different ways. So one is reducing the number of options. The 3F is offered in a 4'9" and a 5'4" size option, whereas the standard 3 comes in two additional sizes, a smaller 4'2" and a larger 5'9". But this is really the sweet spot. These two board options are where really 80+% of people are gonna end up anyway. So that makes a ton of sense. And then the other difference is construction-wise, even though it's the same mold, same volume, same everything, it's just built out of fiberglass instead of carbon. So we'll be slightly heavier, just the board itself, but not a huge difference. Really, nothing that's gonna be noticeable once you've got it in the water and you have the buoyancy of the water, or certainly when you're up on the wing and riding. So yeah, that's what we've got for the board, and just kind of standard design architecture in terms of your mast mounting, a water exhaust port, the access hatch, the same half-turn latches, and access cover that you get on the regular 3 Series board. Again, difference being just that instead of the full exposed carbon fiber inside here, you've got fiberglass composite, which totally fine. All your electronics, battery control, propulsion, and yeah, so that's the board for the 3F. Pretty straightforward. This is the seafoam green color. Comes in 2 colorway options. So this green color and then a red, and that's the board. So then in terms of the setup for wings, that's the other thing that they did to simplify options a little bit. So there just aren't quite as many built-in choices. It is Lift standard modular architecture. So if you wanted to change out to a different wing setup, either front wing or rear wing, you can totally do that. This board is going to have the 250 Surf V2 front wing, which in our experience is really probably the sweet spot for most people. It has a great combination of lift, stability, and efficiency. So, unless you're looking for something really, really specific, this is a fantastic place to go. and is going to do what really most people need it to, just based on its physical properties of aspect ratio and area. So really good front wing option. It's an all-around performer. And then take a look at the rear wing. So just like in an airplane, kind of same general idea. Think of the front wing as your lifting element. That's what creates the lift to get the board up out of the water. And your rear control surface is your stabilizer. So that's what gives you the stability and lack of sensitivity, so that it's not, you know, pogoing or super bouncy. And so this is going to be pretty standard too for most applications. This is the 48 square centimeter. It's just a great all-around option. So combined together, this is going to be the wing assembly for the board. It is, like I said, 2-piece fuselage. So that gives you the modularity. If you wanted to switch to a different wing down the road, you can totally do that. If you want a different stabilizer, you can change that out too, and you don't have to replace the whole assembly. And with Lift's prowess and expertise around composite manufacturing, fit-wise here, you know, it's super solid, really stable connection. You're not gonna have any issues with that. So yeah, that's what you get kind of in the first box. You've got the board, the included bag that comes with it, and then the front and rear wing and the cover that goes with those guys. So same thing, once everything's assembled, you can store the board with the mast assembled on it, have it all covered, and, you know, keep it in the boathouse, in the garage, in the back of your car, wherever's convenient, and everything's protected, both the board and the surroundings. Just like on the standard 3 Series with the 3F, you've got your secondary box is going to include your propulsion unit, the mast with integrated motor and propeller assembly. You've got your battery charger, your hand controller, and then the miscellaneous hardware, some extra seals for the battery door on the board, that kind of stuff. So yeah, we'll just kind of go through it and show you what's in here. First thing, comes with a super nice molded, hard covered, canvas covered case. So it keeps everything protected and safe. Most obvious thing you've got is going to be your integrated mast propulsion unit. So with the 3F, you get the 28-inch version. That's one of the other differences between the 3F and the 3. The 32-inch mast is not an option, but 28 is awesome for most people. Integrated motor, propeller with the propeller housing on it. All your connections for high power connections from the battery and your coolant line are going to be integrated into the mast. So you got a water intake here on the front end of the motor housing, and that actually pulls water in and circulates it up through to cool the battery electronics and the power module. So that's the mast and propulsion unit. And then right here we've got the dedicated charger. So this is going to be your charger that you're going to use. It's going to come with a power plug for whatever locality you're buying from. And then on this other end, you've got the integrated connector for attaching to your battery. This is this cool twist lock connector to make your connection. So that's pretty straightforward. Just plug it in and go type of thing. Just a tip, you do want to make sure that your battery is connected to the charger before you power the charger on. That ensures that the handshake succeeds correctly when you go to charge the battery. So just make sure you do it in that order, as opposed to plugging the charger in first and then connecting the battery. And then also included is the standard Lift hand controller. So this is the same one we've seen on the regular boards for from the beginning of the eFoil. Just about cutting into it at all. So this is Lift's own, obviously proprietary design for a Bluetooth connection to the board, and gives you wireless control, fully integrated with the board. It's firmware updatable through the app, and gives you a bunch of control, readout of your fuel gauge, how much energy you have left in the battery, control of the governor. There's a governor system built in, so when you're learning, you can dial back the power a little bit. and it does float. So if you drop it in the water, it's not going to sink, obviously. Get that question a lot, but they thought of that one for sure. And then, like I said, you just get your spare components and pieces here. So you've got your hardware for mounting your wing. You've got the, this is just a diagnostic connection, spare seal for the battery door, access door on the board if that needs to be replaced, and then your mounting hardware to attach your fuselage to the mast itself, along with some extra sealant to protect your connections, make sure nothing corrodes, especially if you're using it in a saltwater environment, which totally is approved for. You just need to make sure you rinse it off with fresh water afterwards. So yeah, that's what you get with the 3F, new offering from Lift. And unless you have to have like the top, you know, the highest end stuff, I think this is a no-brainer for most customers. It's gonna save you $2,000 as the base price. It does come standard with the new lightweight battery pack, which is a lower capacity. It's approximately 1.3 kilowatt pack versus the 2.1 that is the standard pack. It still gives you 60 minutes of runtime, which in my experience is plenty for a single or even two people to ride, honestly. Yeah, that's gonna give you a lot of time on the water. You can get the upgraded battery option. It's totally available. So if you want to have that bump up to the full 100 minutes of runtime, you can get that. It's available with the 3F, but at the price point that the standard lightweight battery pack clocks in at, I think this is a great solution for people that have wanted to experience the eFoil and, you know, just haven't been able to quite swallow or stomach the entry price point for the standard 3. The 3F is a no-brainer.